Discuss from Canto 4, the creation of fourth order, chapter number 23, Mahāraja Pṛthu going back home, Godhead, verse number 18. Today I am going to sell the one of the top secret on this particular verse, on particular chapter, and whole of this fourth canto. So we'll start with the sloka first. Tam sarva guna vinyasam jive maya maye nyadhat tam cha anushayam atmastam asau anushayi puman jnana vairagya viryena swarupasto ajahat prabhu tam sarva guna vinyasam jive maya mayi nyadat tam cha anushayam atmastam asau anushayi puman jnana vairagya viryena swarupasto ajahat prabhu. Prabhuji, please. Tam sarva guna vinyasam jive maya mayi nyadat tam cha anushayam atmastam asau anushayi puman jnana vairagya viryena swarupasto ajahat prabhu. Tam sarva guna vinyasam jive maya mayi nyadhat tam cha anushayam atmastam asau anushayi puman jnana vairagya viryena swarupasto ajahat prabhu. Mataji, please. If you want to do, okay, go ahead. Tam sarva guna vinyasam jive maya mayi niyadhat tam cha anushayam atmastam asau anushayi puman jnana vairagya viryena swarupasto ajahat prabhu. Mataji, please. Tam sarva guna vinyasam jive maya mayi nyadat tam cha anushayam atmastam asau anushayi puman jnana vairagya viryena swarupasto ajahat prabhu. Word to word meaning. Tam, onto him. Sarva guna vinyasam. the reservoir of all qualities. Jive, onto the designation. Maya Mayi, the reservoir of all potency. Nyadhat, placed. Tam, tat. Cha, also. Anushayam, designation. Atmastam, situated in self-realization. Asau, he. Anushayi, the living entity. Puman, the enjoyer. Jnana, knowledge. Vairagya, renunciation. Viryena, by the prowess of. Swarupastha, being situated in one's constitutional position. Ajahat, returned home. Prabhu, the controller. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation, please listen. Pṛthu Mahārāja then offered the total designation of the living entity onto the supreme controller of illusory energy. Being released from all the designations by which the living entity became entrapped, he became free by knowledge and renunciation and by the spiritual force of his devotional service. In this way, being situated in this original constitutional position of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, he gave up his body as a prabhu or controller of the senses. Purport, please listen. As stated in the Vedas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the source of material energy. Consequently, he is sometimes called Maya or the Supreme Person, who can create these pastimes through his potency known as the material energy. The Jiva or the individual living entity becomes entrapped by the material energy by the supreme will of the Supreme Person of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita 18.61, we understand Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrida deshe arjuna tishtadi brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra arudhani mayaya. Ishvara, the Supreme Person of Godhead, is situated within the heart of all conditioned soul. And by his supreme will, the living entity or individual soul gets the facility to lord it over material nature in various types of body, which are known as yantra or moving vehicle offered by the total material energy, Maya. Although the individual living entity, Jiva, and the Lord are both situated within the material energy, the Lord is directing the movement of the Jiva soul by offering him different types of body through the material energy. And thus the living entity is wandering throughout the universe in various forms of body and becomes implicated in different situations, partaking of the reactions of the fruitive activities. When Pṛthu Mahārāja becomes spiritually powerful by the enhancement of his spiritual knowledge and renunciation of material desire, he becomes prabhu or master of his senses, sometimes called Goswami or Swami. This means that he is no longer controlled by the influence of material energy. When one is strong enough to give up the influence of material energy, he is called prabhu. In this verse, the word Swarupastha is also very significant. The real identity of the individual soul lies in understanding or attaining the knowledge that he is eternally the servant of Kṛṣṇa. This understanding is called Swarupa Upalabdhati. By culturing devotional service, devotional service, the devotee gradually comes to understand his actual relationship with Supreme Personality Godhead. This understanding of one's pure spiritual position is called Swarupa Upalabdhi. And when one attains that stage, he can understand that how he is related with the Supreme Personality Godhead as a servant or a friend or as a parent or conjugal lover. This stage of understanding is called Swarupastha. Pṛthu Mahārāja realized this Swarupa completely, and it will be clear in later verses that he personally left this world or his body by riding on a chariot sent from Vaikunta. In this verse, the word prabhu is also significant. As stated before, when one is completely self-realized and acts according to that position, he can call the prabhu. The spiritual master is addressed as Prabhupada because he is completely self-realized soul. The word Pada means position, and Prabhupada indicates that he is given the position of Prabhu or Supreme Personality Godhead, for he acts on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless one is a Prabhu or the controller of the senses, he cannot act as spiritual master who is authorized by the Supreme Prabhu or Lord Kṛṣṇa. In this verse, praising the spiritual master, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, Sakshas dharvitvena samasta sastrair yuktastata bhavyata eva sadbihi. The spiritual master is honored as much as the Supreme Lord because he is the most confidential servant of the Lord. Thus, Pṛthu Mahārāja can also be called Prabhupada or as described here in Prabhu. Another question may be raised in this connection. Since Pṛthu Mahārāja was a power incarnation of the Supreme Personality Godhead, Sakti Avesha Avatar, why did he have to execute the regulative principle in order to become Prabhu? Simple, because he appeared on this earth as an ideal king, and because it is a duty of the king to instruct the citizens in the execution of devotional service, he followed all the regulative principles of devotional service in order to teach others. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although Kṛṣṇa himself taught us how to approach Kṛṣṇa as a devotee, it is said, Apani Achari Bhakti Sikainu Sabhare. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed others in the process of devotional service by setting the example himself through his own personal action. Similarly, Pṛthu Mahārāja, although a Sakti Avesha Avatar incarnation, still behaved exactly as a devotee in order to achieve the position of Prabhu. Furthermore, Swarupastha means complete liberation. As it is said in Bhagavatam 2.10.6, Hitva Anyata Rupam Swarupena Vivastitihi. When a living entity abandons the activities of Maya and attains the position from which he can execute devotional service, his state is called Swarupastha or complete liberation. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshur Unmilidam Yena Tashmaya Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakrajadam Sakagana Raghunantanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sahidam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Kṛṣṇa Padan Sakagana Lalita Shri Visakanvidamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dhinabandho Jagatpade Gobesha Gobika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadarubhashya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udirayed Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandakoba Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe. This is one of the key words, and Prabhupada mentioned a lot of hidden secret, unearthed a lot of hidden secret, and the whole of this particular canto talks about what is ultimate for everyone, how you can achieve that ultimate, going back to Godhead. First you have to get bhakti. How you can get that bhakti? By devotional service. Those things he explained very nicely in systematic way. Only 2-3 words that explained everything. We will go one by one. First, in this chapter, what we discussed so far. So I've given in the 4th page what the content so far we discussed. First 3 verses explain Pṛthu Mahārāja retires from the service. 4 to 8, the 5 sloka, Pṛthu Mahārāja austerities, purpose and results. That's what we discussed earlier classes. 9 and 10, unflinching devotion of Pṛthu Mahārāja. 11 and 12, how Pṛthu Mahārāja destroys his subtle body. Finally, 13 to 18, today we are going to discuss 18th verse. He explained how Pṛthu Mahārāja gives up his gross body and how he is going back to Godhead. That is the so far the 18th sloka. And then rest of the chapter is 19 to 22. Archie performs Pṛthu's funeral rites. Next 8 sloka talks about demigod's wife praises Archie. Finally, Palashruti. This is what the entire chapter. Okay. Here in the purport, Prabhupada explained few words. I will come one by one. We all know Pṛthu Mahārāja is the Sakti Avesha avatar. He is an exemplary incarnation of the Lord. Purpose is to protect this world and ruling in an exemplary way. And we also know so far what we discussed, what are all the yoga practices available during those time. Exemplary practices, or you can say the technology of yoga, mystic yoga system available during that time. Now, here the key thing is how Pṛthu Mahārāja gave up his body one by one. First subtle body, then gross body. And when he gives up his subtle body, it merges into Prakriti. Like that it is mentioned in the earlier verses, which we saw already from 13 to 11 and 12. And then now it's a gross body. He himself a Lord, a Sakti Avaisha avatar, empowered incarnation Lord. Why he has to do? Prabhupada explained. He want to be an example, and he doing as his duty as a king, and he want to preach everyone to be in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. That is the ultimate aim for him. That is the reason he did in this way. The same thing Prabhupada given the quote of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How he lived as an example, as a Nama Sankirtan, to give the Mahamantra to everyone in order to go back to Godhead. Now the question arises. Pṛthu Mahārāja, he know all the mystic yoga and yoga system, everything. He nicely give up the body and he went go back to Godhead by Vishnu, Kṛṣṇa in the chariot, Vishnu the came, and then he went in that flight to Goloka straight. And followed by Archie, both of them. And is that possible for us to go? That is the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Why he appeared? Yes, my dear everyone, yes, you can go back to Godhead by simply chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What he is saying that why, how it is possible? See, every yuga there is a yuga dharma. So when Pṛthu Mahārāja is Satya Yuga, that yuga dharma is that he has to do that yuga dharma is yoga practices and mystic things, other things. He know how to do the yoga and niyama and then go back to Godhead. How you can take the prana from Muladhara chakra one by one up and then go up and then go out. But here, this yuga dharma is Nama Sankirtan. Kṛṣṇa invested all his potency in his name. Once you have that faith and chant Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra, then you can also do the same result in Kali Yuga by chanting Nama Sankirtan. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Kali Yuga to give this Nama Sankirtan to everyone without any discrimination. Correct? Now, what is the hidden secret in this sloka? It is not hidden anyway. It is Prabhupada already explained. One is Swarupastha. Being situated in one's constitutional position. What is that one's constitutional position? That is one of the key word here. I will explain a bit more. And first he said, Sarva Guna Vinyasam. Pṛthu Mahārāja is the reservoir of all qualities. And then he mentioned another word is Atmastam. Atmastam. What must be is situated in one's self-realization. These two words, what is he mentioned here, Atmastam and Swarupastha or Swarupa Upalabdhati. That is, we read in other places in the purport Prabhupada mentioned. Here, he mentioned two things. One is the soul and the super soul within us, Paramatma. What we used to say, Paramatma is called Shiro Dakshayi Vishnu within you. Everyone, the Lord is there within us. And God, Lord is guiding. But He is given the free will to act according to our wishes. But Lord also created the Mahamaya. We are under the influence of Maya in the Kali Yuga. That's why we are not realized that we are the soul, we are not this body. We will keep changing the body according to our karma in the future. And at the end of this life, we have to change another body in the next life. But our eternal constitutional position. Here, that's why being situated in one's constitutional position. What is that? You are the servant of the Lord. Once you realized, I am the servant of the Lord, that is the self-realization. Until then, you will go after Maya. Tomorrow iPhone 14 is coming, 15 is coming, 6G is going to come. Apple is introducing new iPod, like that. It keep on coming. New Tesla car is coming. Yes, everything is coming. The world is ashashvadam dukkhalayam. It's all temporary world, it's miseries. You can't get happiness here in this world because the constant position of this world is itself ashashvadam, temporary, dukkhalayam, misery. And here, what Prabhupada want to say, first, are you in the position, constant position, that you have understand that I am the servant of the Lord? Unless and until you realized, you established that position, you can't go back to Godhead. And then how you can reach that position? He is saying very simple. You can reach that position by simply chanting the Harinam attentively. Once you attend the Harinam attentively, chant the Mahamantra attentively, then gradually Kṛṣṇa himself enter into your heart and cleans your heart. Whatever rubbish is there, it will go out. Then automatically you establish relationship with the Lord and you think, now I am not this body. I am only the soul. The soul's constitutional position is servant of the Lord. What are other ways to do? To achieve very quickly, do some seva, devotional service. Service to Guru Mahārāja. He mentioned first, service to your Guru Mahārāja. Service to Vaishnava. Service to the devotee. That will elevate to you to understand your constitutional position as servant of the Lord. That's why he mentioned earlier, it is Atmastam. In the third line, Tam cha anushayam atmastam. Situated in self-realization. Once you understand that, then it is very easy. Earlier we discussed, maybe last month or month before, Vachyam and Vachakam. How I am chanting is matter. Chanting is not simply counting 1, 2, 3, 4, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa. No. You are, by chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra, you are inviting the Lord. By hearing the same mantra, you are associating with the Lord. Then Lord will be pleased and happy, and He enter into your heart and cleans your heart to understand that you are not this body, you are the soul, and your constitutional position is the servant of the Lord. That is the key thing to note. And another few things I want to mention from this canto is, we used to read, even in the, here also it mentioned Palasruti at the end, for a couple of sloka like that. And where some people committed a sin, I want to do the prayachitam and atonement to remove those things. This is there in the same canto. And Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshma discussing what are all things. In this canto or next canto, it will come. That what is the Sukadeva Goswami conclusion in that is, And those questions asked by Pṛthu Mahārāja. How come a person who did a sinful action by giving some atonement or prayachittam and getting away by doing this prayachittam and all? How it works? Is it the right thing to do? Sudhir Goswami mentioned this one is this kind of prayachita atonement, to some extent it clears the sinful action. Like forest fire fires all the bamboo tree, but still the roots are there. When next rain comes, that bamboo tree grow up again. That means the sinful inclinations still remain in the body. You have to completely eradicate those sinful thinking within your body, within your mind. That can be eradicated only by doing devotional service and by doing Nama Sankirtan. That is what Sukadeva Goswami explained. Here, I did this wrong, I am doing this Palasruti. That is all not recommended. That is also a temporary. The inclination to do the sinful act will come again. I don't want to do any more sinful activities. That means take into service of the Lord, do some devotional service, do the seva, and please the Guru Maharaj, then you will never get even the sinful inclination to do any sinful acts. That is the fundamental rather than doing the prayachita. That is what recommended, and that is what Sukadeva Goswami explained to Pṛthu Mahārāja. Coming back to here, Swarupasto, he is situated in one's conscious position. That means he is a self-realized soul. His Atma can talk to his Paramatma. Earlier 11 and 12, he already merged his subtle body into the Pradhan, Mahatattva. One by one, how it goes like that is explained in the previous 11 and 12 verse. Now he left the gross body, and then next his wife Archie did the final rites. And how he go back to Godhead, that also explained that Vishnu Duda came in the airplane and they took Pṛthu Mahārāja. What he said, he is happy to go back to Godhead. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo, Kṛṣṇa Nama Ras Piya Karo. Happy to go. And then what Archie did? He did the final rites. He also entered into the fire, and she also taken this another flight sent by the Kṛṣṇa. She also followed her husband Pṛthu Mahārāja. Here we have lot of key takeaways. The first one is, first we have to establish who we are, and everyone knows that we are not this body, we are soul. That's fine. Then next, what is our conscious position? We are the servant of the Lord. And before going to this 1 and 2, there is one fundamental thing is, we are under the influence of Maya. Maya won't leave you from this material world. Then how you are going to achieve the task is by doing seva, devotional service, by doing the Nama Sankirtan attentively. That will then Kṛṣṇa enter into your heart and cleans everything, and Maya won't disturb you. then you can go ahead with your service and you can go further into your realization, deep into your realization, then you can go back to Godhead. That is the key message given by Prabhupada. How both husband and wife lived an exemplary king and queen, being an example, and give the entire world the Kṛṣṇa consciousness. How live according to Varnashram Dharma, how to follow the four regulative principles, everything without fail. That is their soul and breathe. Everything is only Kṛṣṇa, nothing other than Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Even though he is a king, exemplary king. So those things are key takeaway from this particular sloka. And another key takeaway is the atonement, prayachitandal, it will clear only at the top. It won't clear your root. In order to clear your sinful inclination, you have to do seva. Kṛṣṇa Nama chanting regularly. Then that will remove all the sinful inclination and you never ever think to do anything other than Kṛṣṇa seva, devotee seva, chant Harinam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Maybe somebody have the doubt why I have to chant, what is the importance of the name? It is the internal energy of the Lord, Yogamaya potency. Lord invested all his energy in his holy name. That makes you pure and clean. That is a key takeaway. From this, I can conclude. And now, Pṛthu Mahārāja going back to Godhead in his aeroplane, followed by his wife Archie in the aeroplane sent by Kṛṣṇa and doing in the jolly mood. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo, Kṛṣṇa Nama Recipe Karo, and ready to do seva to Lord Kṛṣṇa. That is the ultimate aim of life. Happy to take any question. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Yes, please. Excellent question. His question is, we are in the material world and we are doing a lot of activities. How we can connect this one along with the Kṛṣṇa? How we can offer these activities to Kṛṣṇa? We can say in 2-3 verses we can say. One is in nectar of devotion. One is in, what is that, the 4 verse? Huh? No. Bhakti Rasamana Sindhu is nectar of devotion. Bhakti Rasamana Sindhu, that is, Anya Abhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavridam Anukulyena Kṛṣṇa Anusrinanam Bhakti Uttama. That is, whatever favorable to Kṛṣṇa is, you have to do. Another thing is this Chaturshloki of Bhagavatam, 2.9.33, next one, 2.9.34. What it say? Rite ritam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidyat atmano mayam yada bhasho yada tamaha. 2:9:34. What it say? Whatever you do, whatever activity you do, if it is not in relation to me, it is totally waste. So, what I am doing? I am going to work. I am getting my salary. That is, I have to maintain my family, a Kṛṣṇa conscious family, to have survival for my thing, to do seva, for which I need job. So I am doing that way. And you offer all the result to Kṛṣṇa, don't keep it with you. Do it as seva to Kṛṣṇa. I am doing my service for Kṛṣṇa. I am taking this bhojan because I got to survive, to do seva to Kṛṣṇa. Keep Kṛṣṇa in the center and do your activities. Wake up morning early, take bath, do Harinam, have your breakfast, do your routine work to maintain your Kṛṣṇa consciousness body. To serve your Guru Maharaj, to serve the devotees. And it is, you are leaving the result to Kṛṣṇa. You are not taking any pride on your job. Whatever I am doing, it is for Kṛṣṇa. Keep that in mind, then your job, things will go quickly. Keep the Kṛṣṇa in the center and keep the Sadhur Sloki second, 2:9:34. What Garbhodaksha Vishnu told to Brahmaji, Rite ritae et pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidyad atmano mayam yada bhasho yado tamaha. If you are doing something which is not related to Kṛṣṇa, it's of no use. Keep that in mind. I am doing, yes, I am going for work. I am doing my work for Kṛṣṇa, my family. Maintain Kṛṣṇa conscious family. I have to do my seva. I have to survive like that. Buying car, yes, I am going buying car. I am doing seva, using for Kṛṣṇa service. Like that. Keep Kṛṣṇa in the center in your activity, then you never know, the time will go away. I met Hare Krishna, Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki. And I met one person a couple of days ago. He is 103 years old. He is active. He is telling me, Rama, call me, I will come with you to do seva in the kitchen. I can't take him, 103. Okay, I will try, but not now, but later. He is very active. He wants to do seva. What is the age? Above 100. His mindset is seva. Maybe I will call him one day to bring him one day to the temple. But he is very active. But he is able to hear nicely. He talks nicely. And he is doing his own job. But the thing is here, keep Kṛṣṇa in the center. Chant the Harinam, life will go smoothly. That's it. Bhaskar Prabhu, all good? Shiva Prabhu. Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Radhe Radhe Japa karo, Kṛṣṇa Nama Ras Piya karo. Hari Bol.